What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and today this video is going to be split into two parts, so you will notice a cut. I notice a lot of people not really knowing how to, switch over to the Japanese version since the English version of Raze is going to be shutting down. So, as you can see, I've got all these tabs up here, and we're just going to kind of go over everything you need to know to kind of play the game. So, we're going to go over all these tabs up here, and going from, like, installing to all the websites that'll give you the most information about stuff. And then after that, where, like I said, there'll be a cut, and then I will actually be on the game, and then I will show you what each kind of tab and button does on the screen in the actual game, so you know what you're clicking. So, let's go ahead and first go to... First, most importantly, you're going to want to go... Honestly, you can just Google it. Just Google, like, Bandai Namco account registration JP, and it'll give you this website where you'll have to make a Japanese Bandai Namco account. You cannot use the same one that you use for English Raze. So if you already have an English Bandai Namco account, you won't be able to use the same email address. So you will have to make a new email. You don't need to do this. This is just really good in case you ever need to switch phones, or, you get a new phone and you need to switch devices. Because this is the only way to transfer your game to another device is by linking your Bandai Namco ID to the game, and I'll show you where that is in the game later in the video. So this is the first thing you want to do. Now, the next part is going to differ depending on what kind of device you have. If you are using an Apple device, obviously you have an iTunes account, and what you're going to need to do, I don't think I can really show it here because I don't have one, but you are going to have to, let's see if it says language anywhere here. Okay, so down here, you can see down here where it says United States, you're going to want to click this, and you're going to want to switch to, where is it? Okay, it's this one right here. This is Japanese iTunes, and you're going to have to make an account with this. So, most likely, just make a new email, and then use that email for this, and then use it for your new Japanese iTunes account. So you'll have to do that if you're obviously using an iPhone or some kind of Apple device. And then through that, you'll have to go into the Japanese, what's it called, iTunes store, and download the game through that. After that, okay, so yeah, so that's all you have to do really for iTunes. It's really not that complicated. It's kind of annoying because you have to make separate emails and stuff. But for Android, which is a lot easier, all you need to do is, so it'll have this symbol, it's called Q app, Qooapp. So just download that app on your phone, and it basically has all the games there to download straight from there. So that one's really simple to do for Android, obviously. So that's all you have to do in terms of installations for the game. So once you have all that stuff done, once these three are done, obviously you'll be playing the game. I would say the next two important things are definitely follow Tales of the Raze Twitter, if you are someone who uses Twitter, because this is their official page where they post everything. This is where I get all my information about stuff that's coming up. I would also bookmark the Tales of the Raze wiki, because what you can do is, obviously, you're not going to be able to read what all the weapons and stuff do in the game. So it's your best shot to just kind of do this. And you can go through the weapons, and let's just click one of these, for example, and it'll tell you, what materials you need and what kind of boost it gives to certain things with characters and everything. And then also, I feel like the most important thing to people is probably, so for chapters, for example, so let's say this is your first time playing through the game. Let's say you didn't play the English, actually, no, even if you did play the English version, let's go to, let's go to Chapter 1. So, let's go ahead and expand on quests. So, this will tell you everything, because obviously you won't be able to read what the mission completion stuff is. So, this is a good way to kind of keep up with that. And it's not going to be updated exactly when stuff comes out, but roughly like a day after, the stuff is usually updated. So, that's really nice to have. So that's pretty much it for this website. You've got all the different mirages and stuff like that. You can look at gameplay and stuff. Story-wise, I don't think, I don't really think it tells you, I don't think there's really any way to check the story. I'm sure there's a website out there if you really care about, figuring out the story, but usually you can just talk with people and see what the story really is. I have friends on Twitter who can read Japanese, so they just kind of fill me in about what each story chapter was kind of about. And another thing I would say, definitely join the Discord, because they're really great at, keeping everyone apprised of stuff that's going on with the game, and everyone's really super nice. There's a lot of memes, I will say that, so just beware. So that's it for this one. Okay, so we've gone over the Twitter, we've gone over that, we've gone over all the installations, and here is the most important thing, I feel like, if you're starting fresh, is going to the Reddit for Tales of the Rays and clicking on the JP Rays guidebook right here. So you'll go ahead and go here, then you'll click on this right here, and we're going to go over exactly what it says. So obviously step 1 is the easiest thing. You just get the app. It says it right here. Download Apple Store, JP Apple. So pretty much everything I've already told you. Step 2. So this is going to tell you all the stuff you're going to be getting when you start the game. So step 2, pick one character you like and get one reward. So this is going to be going away on the 31st. As you can see on my computer, it's the 29th right now, so you have 2 days, roughly. So what you're going to get is, as you can see, you've got these... Can I maximize it? No, I can't. That's fine. So you see a person ticket and you see a mirage ticket. So basically any story and event characters, I don't know up to what point. I want to say it's before year 2 started. So, as you can see here, they have the characters in the mirage arts. Obviously, you're not going to pick a different character in a different mirage art. So, you get a free character. So, any of the characters that have been in part 1, you'll be able to get their character and mirage art. So, that's kind of a nice little add-on there. And I'll actually go in and show you when we're in the game where that is, because like I said, I'll be clicking everything, but basically it's going to be in kind of like the shop kind of stuff. As you can see, this thing right here, and it'll have these 2 shops right here that have Karya, I believe her name is. Oh yeah, it says click on Baron with Karya, blue ticket, 1 recruitment character from Arc 1, excluded Zelos and Haruka, and then red ticket, you can't get either of those 2. Okay, step 3, do all the free multi-polls. I don't know which... I don't think all the banners are still here. They may if you're a new player. The mythos and everything may still be around till the 31st. Yeah, it should. I feel like if you haven't done your free multi, they're probably still there. So, we have 9 of the 10 banners shown. I'm just double checking real quick. Yeah, the 10th banner should be... Wait, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, yeah, so the 10th banner should be the one tomorrow. There's Kana right there. So that should be the final. For whatever reason, I thought there were 2 more, but I guess tomorrow will be the final. But yeah, it makes sense because the 31st it ends. So the final banner will be there tomorrow. So it's a really good time to start right now because you can get these 10 banners. That's 10 multis. That's 100 weapons and maybe a couple mirage arts depending on how lucky you are. Now, let's see. I was gonna kind of explain I can show you kind of how it works in the game. I can't actually show you because I've already done the summons on these banners, but basically you're going to be clicking on the Miragem summon. You're not going to be clicking on the diamond summon because it'll still take your diamonds, but for the Miragem side, it'll say 0 Miragems for these banners, so definitely consult this when you're doing that. Step 4, I didn't have to do this because this didn't exist when I made my Japanese version account, so complete the starter mission stuff. Do they have... Let's open this real quick. Okay, so they're right here. Okay, so receive login bonus 2 times, which means you have to play for 2 days. Clear quest 1 time, that's easy. Pull a friend, Gasha, that's doing a friend summon. Strengthen equipment, level up an equipment. Complete an order. So the orders are going to be on the main page. They'll be in the bottom right corner right here. I believe that's what they mean by orders, and that's, like I said, it's another thing I'll show you guys in the game. But it's basically you can send characters out on leveling up missions. You can send characters out to get food, which will enhance your stats for a certain period of time. And then there's one that'll collect, you know, Shiro crystals and anima orbs and all that kind of stuff. So use recommended equipment button 1 time, so that's just auto-equipping stuff. Use a mirror art 3 times, that's just total, that's simple enough. And clear enhancement quest 1 time. So that's like the bonus stuff, you know, where you can level up your character, farm for gold, that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much all you have to do with this, and I believe once you're done with this, you get a free Rainbow Mirror Art ticket. So you'll get a guaranteed Mirror Art. I'm pretty sure that's what you get when you complete all of these, if I remember correctly. So right here, actually, this is the order quest right here. See, this is a little, this is actually a good, this is actually a good thing, because it shows where all the quests and stuff are, so if you click on this, but this is the order quest that I was talking about. Okay, so obviously it shows bind your account to Japan Bandai Namco. And it kind of goes into more detail as to how to kind of go through this. Bonus daily dungeon, 10 times reminder. So basically doing all these missions 10 times will give you diamonds and stuff. And it seems like that's really it for this kind of like walkthrough for it. That's pretty much all I have to say on this stuff. I think the second part of the video will actually be in the game. And I'll kind of go over what each button does and what you need to do for everything. So that is pretty much it for that. I'm going to cut the video here, and I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, so we are back. So moving on, we are at the main screen. So as you can see up here, this button up here, I hope it doesn't mess with anything. Okay, let's just go ahead and go back. Because I didn't want to... Because I was trying to show you guys where the... Okay, yeah. So that's basically the button you're going to use to transfer your account and stuff. Like, if you already had a Japanese version account and you were switching to this game, that's what you would use before even clicking start. But we're not going to do that here. And I think you can actually bind your new account immediately before you even do anything. So that's the button that you're going to use for that. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. Give this a second to load. Okay. So, as you can see, this is what the main page looks like. This will be your button for news. Obviously, as you can see, we've got the Kana and Pasca Kanono thing coming up. So that's that button. So this is going to be kind of an all over the place second half of the video because I'm just going to kind of show you everything and what each button does. So obviously your gifts right here. These are all your mission rewards. So obviously you won't be able to read a lot of these. So like I said, it's really nice to be in the Discord so you can kind of, you know, consult with people about what does what. And usually the... You know, I'm sure on the Reddit or the Wiki you can find what a lot of these things give you. So that's pretty nice. Like I said, this is going to be very kind of all over the place. So this is going to be your friends list right here. It's kind of in the same place it is on the English version, so it's not too crazy. But, so these are the people you're following, and the second tab is going to be your followers. Obviously, a lot of the time you're going to get filled up, so... You are going to want to remove people every so often. So let's actually scroll down just so I can show you guys what each button does. So, obviously, as you can see, the button right down here is if you want to actually follow these people. Like, if you find someone you want to follow. I'm trying to find someone who doesn't have a ring. Okay, so this is perfect. So, this first button up here would be if you want to follow them. And the second button is to make them unfollow you. So, like, let's say you wanted to free up a space. That's what you would click. So now I've got 99 free. I've got 99 filled, and one more person can follow me, which I'm sure will be done in like a second. Let's go back to the main page. I think that's it for the first. So So, like I said, down here, you'll click on this. This is where they're called orders. So, I've still got people going out on missions, so I can't really show you how it works. But basically, there's going to be different levels and different stages, and they'll go out and do stuff. So, this first one is for experience. So, these characters are going to get a ton of experience when they come back. Second one is for treasure and different equipment. And like I said, the third one is for food, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I can't really click on it. There we go. And each different character makes a different type of food. So that's also kind of important when you are putting stuff together if you want certain things. That is it for the first page. This thing right here is just going out on a mission you haven't fully completed yet. And it gives you like a preset team to complete it with. But that's not really too important. So obviously the second tab is going to be your missions tab, where you actually go out on quests. And I'll show you how that works real quick. So this first thing up here in the top left corner is how you switch between part 1 and part 2. Obviously these are all the chapters. You know, they've got all the way up to... I scrolled the wrong way. So you've got chapter 1 through chapter 14. And then once you are done with that, you'll go ahead and click the tab again to go back to part 2. And then these two things you can do in either part 1 or part 2. The only thing that will change is if Ix or Cocos is your character, because for reasons you won't be using Ix in part 2. I don't want to spoil it for people who maybe don't know the story since you're all coming from Worldwide, but there is a reason why. But Ix and Cocos are both the same character basically in game, like in terms of gameplay. Like their equipment and their mirror arts are exactly the same. So the second one's your event tab. Obviously we still have the Alvin event going on for another day, and then this will be your enhancement tab, which obviously will change daily, and that's where you'll complete that stuff. And this fourth one will be I think in the English version they were going to call it the Tower of Provocation or something. But that's basically the tower. That's like a challenge mode to see how high you can get in the tower. So now we'll go over to the third tab. Like I said, this video is going to be pretty long. I'm sure a lot of you will have probably clicked off once you figured out how to install it, but I want to keep you guys informed. So obviously, if you've played the English version, you should know what all these buttons are, from like auto-equipping and favorites and stuff like that. So I did not mean to do that. I'm not really going to go over what goes on in all... Because if you've played the game before, you should know what all these buttons are. Because the team roster stuff pretty much stays the same. So that's pretty much it for that. The next tab is going to be your enhancement tab. So this is what you'll use to enhance all your weapons, your mirror arts, your characters. And we'll go over that real quick. What's kind of nice is the English version actually did get close to being caught up with this. The only thing they didn't have was this all tab. So obviously it's kind of annoying, like maybe you did a multi-summon pull and maybe you weren't paying attention. You don't know what weapons you got. So the all tab is kind of nice, so you can kind of look at everything. But like for example, yeah, so everything should be the same on the English version for all these tabs. Obviously this first one at the top left is going to be how you level up your character. Second one will be to limit break them. Third one's going to be their costumes. We've got level up weapons, enhance weapons, and then infuse weapons, enhance mirror arts, level up mirror arts, enhance mirror arts, and then infuse mirror arts. So that's pretty much it for that. I don't really need to go over too much else in this. Obviously, if you want to categorize them, that's kind of difficult because you don't know what they are, but there aren't a lot of options, so just keep clicking, and I'm sure you'll find if it's by like character level or rarity or stuff like that in terms of like equipment. So then we move over to the next tab, and this is something I said I was going to talk about. So this first one is going to be for selling your weapons. You know, obviously you'll get a lot of 1s and 2 stars just from completing missions, and you don't really need that, so you would just go ahead and click that. Sell real quick. Tells you how much gold and prisms you got from it. So that's pretty simple right there. Second one would be for selling mirror arts, which I never understand why anyone would do under any circumstance. I mean, I guess if you... Unless you've already 100%ed a rainbow mirror art and you just wanted to have more prisms, because you can't equip 2 of the same mirror art on a character that's awakened. So that's the only reason I could see that. And then we've got these 2 things. So this one right here, obviously we've got the 3 turtles shop, and then we've got the shops for the chapters. And then we've also got, this is actually really good. Because I just got Jade's rainbow mirror art, so I may buy some of his weapons with prisms. But that is not why you guys are here. And then you go ahead and click here. This is where you're going to find, so like I was talking about, right here is where you see Karya. And you'll basically get to choose from all of these characters. So these are the only characters I'm still missing because I didn't start the Japanese version on day 1, but obviously they have all the other characters down here. For mine, I picked, because I got mine with the 1-year anniversary, I got Alicia because I didn't have her, and I was just like, whatever, I have a lot of weapons for her. And same thing here. If you already have all the characters, I mean, you wouldn't be watching this video if you had all the characters. You could just waste it on the 500,000, but even then, I would just save it in case they decide to let you use it for something else in the future. So that's pretty much it with that. So that's pretty much all of this tab. Next tab, obviously, is the one you're going to be using a lot, is the summon tab. And here's where I'll go over how you do your free summons. So, oh, I guess all the banners are still here. For whatever reason, I thought they were gone. Okay, so I'm going to go over which banners are going to give you a free multi-summon right here. So, first off is the newest one right here. You know, you got your Ludger Chromatus. So you'll click over here on the far right one, and then the bottom one right here, it should say 0 Mirror Gems. It shouldn't say 2,000 like it does for me, because I've already done it, obviously. So that's what you'll do for all of them. So you've got the Ludger one, you've got the Alvin one, you've got the Lloyd and Mythos one, you've got the VR Cafe. Ignore that. I don't like that they did this one because this is a banner that already existed. But you should also have, if you are doing this before the 31st, you should also have a couple tickets for this banner. I'm not sure how many you will have, but you should have at least like 1 or 2. Okay, and then down here, these first 4 banners, so these 4 right here, which are the story banners for part 1, will all have multi-summons for you to do as well. The ones down here won't, but if you want like event character weapons, I guess you can summon on if you really want to. And then your friend point summon stuff is down here, which I actually need to use up some because I want to get some bonus stuff. All right, and then we'll go to the last tab. So I'll go over most of these. There are a couple that really don't matter. So obviously, first tab, if you are a whale, like if you have money to spend, you will go here. So the first tab right here is to buy Mirror Gems. Loading. So Mirror Gems first tab. Second tab is to refill your AP. Third tab is for your weapons if you want more weapon space. Fourth tab is for your Mirror Arts. Fifth tab, I believe. Yeah, so this is basically a certificate thing that will give you bonus, like drop stuff and all that kind of stuff for a certain amount of time. Then you've got this tab, which is basically you can spend 2,020 Mirror Gems here. And you'll get a free ticket for one of these characters. You'll get their Rainbow Mirror Art. And then the last tab is to get more space in your warehouse. And I haven't actually gone over the warehouse because I didn't realize where they put it. Okay, so this tab over here will be the character you have set as your friend person. So you'll just go ahead and, just like the English version, you go ahead and click on him. And you'll choose which character you want to have. Obviously, this is your name. Over here is going to be your like daily message or whatever. And then your friend code is down here. And then down here it tells you how far you've made it up the tower. Warehouse is right here. We'll go ahead and open that up real quick. So, yeah, so you got put stuff away into your warehouse, you've got take stuff out of your warehouse, and then you've got increase your warehouse space. Obviously, like I said, I haven't used it yet because I don't really have a reason to right now. So, I'm not too worried about that. Right here, it just tells you how much you have of each item. Just kind of like your overall, like, what you own. So, that you really won't look into that too much. right here, what is this one? I think this is just to kind of look at your characters and what they have. Yeah, it's just to look at another way to look at your characters all together and what they have. Right here is going to be all your skits. Obviously, when you get a character's base mirror art, you'll click this one, I believe. It should be the bottom left. No. Okay, yeah. So this is the one where you'll basically, every time you get a new character's base mirror art, obviously, as you can see, there are a lot of characters that are blacked out. That's because I didn't get you have to get their base mirror art from their actual event or story. If you don't, you won't be able to get their skit yet. So that's why I'm missing, a decent amount of AP points. And then, I don't really use the other ones, but let's go ahead and click on them and see what they are. So this kind of just shows you all the different events and stuff. Okay, yeah, so it'll show you if you ever want to rewatch for, like, the story and stuff. You can go ahead and click on those. And then I'm guessing this one's for story. Same kind of thing. So that's pretty much it for that. I don't think there's really too much else to go over with you guys. This is a help button. You're not really going to use this, like, at all. Especially if you can't read. This is going to be, I believe this one is to play the opening cinematic. This one is going to be to link your Bandai Namco account, and honestly, the rest of these don't really matter at all. They're just random license agreement and random stuff like that. So that is pretty much it. That's all I really have to show you guys in terms of breaking everything down. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. Once again, I really want to sympathize with everyone who stuck with the English version, because I remember back when it first got announced, like, I was super excited. Like, I immediately, I got rid of my Japanese version, because I had it from day one, but then once I knew the English version was coming, I didn't think there was any way in hell that it was going to get shut down this early. But I started up the Japanese version again, and then I played both versions, and I'm kind of glad I did, because if I had only stuck with the English version up until now, I would be starting, where you're all going to be starting. No offense, it's a really crappy situation. I'm really sorry, but hopefully everyone can get some decent polls. And on the 31st, like I mentioned before, in some capacity, all the year one events are going to be coming back as permanent events, so you will be able to get those characters. It's just going to suck because obviously you're not going to have enough currency to go around to fully equip all those characters like you were able to in the English version, kind of, figure out which characters you were going to put stuff on and everything. But that's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I noticed we've been getting a decent amount of subscribers lately, and I greatly appreciate all of you. I'll definitely start doing more Raise content, since that's what seems to be pulling people in. Leave a comment down below, and actually tweet at me. Let me know what you guys get on your first free, because like I said, after you complete those 9 steps or whatever, you should get a free Mirror Art ticket, and let me know what you actually pulled. Be interested to see. Because they gave away a ticket for what happened with the live stream, and I actually got Jade's Mirror Art, which I'm not too upset about. That's cool. I don't have any weapons for him, so he's kind of useless, but at least I have it. But that's pretty much it. Leave a comment down below. See you guys next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.